Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Well, I got the truck and trailer hooked up, and that can only mean one thing. We're making a road trip. We're going to pick up something really cool. We're headed to Hollis, Oklahoma to buy something I found in the weeds, and I'm pretty excited about this one. I've been trying to buy one for a while now, but come along, enjoy the fun. This will require a little bit of cleanup. Oh my.
Wow. A lot of cleanup.
Well, this is the second worst one I've ever I've actually had worse, believe it or not.
Get close up to this.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, God.
Scary in there. Got it on. Took a lot of effort, but she's on there. Dan got him a new toy.
Made it home late last night and decided to do a little walk around and clean out this morning. This thing is filled with rats. It was pretty bad. I haven't found any bodies or any live animals in here yet, but you can see behind the seat the rat's nest continues there. You saw in the video earlier there was I literally shoveled the rat's nest out of here with an old shovel. This interior is probably a total loss. In fact, I may just junk this cab because it's so rotten and so rat infested. The cab corners you can see are gone. That's not that terrible, but you've got holes here in the rockers. You've got this bubbling all along the bottom of the cab. There's some holes in the floor that's certainly fixable, but if you can see up there, there's a hole in the ceiling by the rearview mirror, and it's pretty bad. The other side's not really any better. You can see we got some holes in the floor right here, and it's got the same rust. In fact, there's so much corrosion in here that this sill plate that used to be along here has disintegrated into nothing, and the seat's just awful. And someone has stole the radiator and heater core out of here. It's a lot of work to pull the heater core out, but someone went through a lot of effort to make that happen. I still haven't been able to get the hood open. Working on that still. But and another disappointing thing, the underside. This morning I noticed that the undersides had some little ladder truss modifications. I don't think the frame was actually damaged, except maybe right in there, but they put these reinforcement plates on here and then built these little ladder gusset sort of things on the bottom. I'll have to investigate that more once I get the bed off. Got the bed advertised for sale to try to get rid of that. It's got this old army bed on it. I don't particularly care for it, but it is kind of neat. Bottom of the doors, the other side's got holes in it. I'm afraid there might be rats' nests inside there, packed inside the hinge. But the overall truck was what I wanted, so I guess we'll have a lot more work than we anticipated. Somebody's got some special work here on the fenders, cutting it out. He said he thought this was used as a fertilizer truck, but it's hard to say. But I love these great big Dana 70F lockouts. Got a cool spare tire carrier on the front. Still not able to get the hood open. This is the only one of these trucks I've ever seen that has a chrome bumper. The bumpers were different on the 1510, 1500, and 500 series, which is the bigger 1 1/4 tons. But these 1-ton four-wheel drives had the same bumper, and this is the only one I've ever seen that was chrome. This is kind of a cool. Only 69 and 70 had this all-wheel drive emblem on the front with these type of corner markers. Not terrible, but not great. A couple hours later, we get everything cleared out. Did a lot of vacuuming. Got the seat ripped out of here. Looks a lot better, but it's still pretty nasty. You can see this seat over here is just trashed. They even ate all of these all the pieces that held these wires that go across. They ate all that, so I'm gonna throw away this seat. It's not really worth saving. It's just nasty. Figured I'd tell you guys a little bit about the load up. At first it was pretty rough because it was all 4 tires were flat and it was sunk up to the wheel in dirt. You can kind of see this was all underground. It was sunk to about there in the dirt. All the tires thankfully did air up and made it a lot easier for getting it out of there. However, the passenger side front wheel was stuck and it wouldn't turn, and we tried dragging it with the other pickup, and we finally got it broke loose when it slid off the side of the ramp. And then we were able to winch it on a lot easier, but unfortunately we didn't get a lot of footage of the pulling it on because it took all three of us to get it on there. But I'm not going to say I'm disappointed with the purchase, but there's a few things I wish weren't on it, like that frame gusset and all the mouse damage. But got this bed advertised on Marketplace. We'll see if somebody will come by and get it. And then we can figure out what we're going to do with the rest. But hopefully I can get the hood open. And but it's a pretty cool truck, and hopefully you guys will see more of it on the channel. This being a 1-ton, this uses a International Harvester RA15 rear axle. So it's a corporate IH axle, but it looks very similar to an Eaton. It's got a front load third member similar to like a Ford 9-inch or a big Eaton axle, and that's a pretty heavy axle, and a Dana 70F on the front. So it's a great big closed knuckle Dana 70. Of course, drum brake all the way around. Pretty cool axle. They're not very desirable. I guess they've got a knuckle that it's claimed on the 4x4 forums to only be about as strong as a Dana 44 or even weaker. I don't know that I entirely buy that, but to each their own. And for what I plan to use this truck for and my red flatbed, it'll be just fine. After a lot of hours of work, I finally got the hood open. You can tell the mice had decided to move in up in this the latch mechanism and the hole for that. Also, their nest kind of rusted out the ends of the hood, especially this other end. You can see all the way through it. Yeah, that's unfortunate. However, at least we got it open. You can see someone has stolen the radiator out of it before I bought it. And also, they went through as much effort as to get the heater core and heater box out of this thing. Not a big deal. I was excited to see a power steering pump. Most of these trucks, these 1-ton trucks, were bought for municipality use, and they were kind of stripped down. They didn't generally have power steering and power brakes. But I was excited to see a power brake booster back here and a power steering pump. So this truck has both power steering and power brakes, and That kind of put a smile on my face. You can see it's got a 2-barrel carburetor. Looks like a later carburetor. And probably had some sort of hand throttle on it at one point. And we're going to find out next what size engine this is. On the passenger side of the block, we're looking through the wheel well here on the passenger side. We've got the fuel pump here, and then right here, this little flat spot is stamped on it is the engine size. So if we can clean this off. Okay, it says V345. Okay, so this is a 345 cubic inch International V8. See it a little better here. Externally, they're identical to a 392, with the exception of the improved cooling. They have different tubes on the front of the engine for the coolant. They look identical to the 304 as well, but you can actually measure the V is a little bit deeper on a 345 because it's a taller deck. Inside these trucks, they generally put a line setting ticket, which is the kind of the birth certificate of the vehicle from the factory. It has your engine size, your gear ratios, your transmission, so on and so forth, every option that went into the truck, because most of these trucks were built sort of custom. Wasn't hardly two of them alike. Well, from the factory, they put a copy of the line setting ticket on the back of the glove box. Unfortunately, you can see it's been removed, lost, gone forever. That's okay though. The Wisconsin Historical Society has preserved them all. So for $20, you can email the Wisconsin Historical Society, McCormick Archives, and they will email you a scanned copy of the original line setting ticket for your truck, Scout, Lodestar, whatever. And it's kind of cool because then you'll know what size brakes you got, you'll know what transmission you have, what gear ratios you have, what engine it originally had, so on and so forth. Your wheelbase, options, all kinds of different things. Well, that wraps up about all the fun on this thing I'm going to have for now. But hope you enjoyed the little trip to go pick this up and the walk around. And hope you'll stay tuned for more, because I'm sure you'll see this again in this future video. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching.